Devi is 14. She's been in Ortho K for several months now, and she's now completed a special program for myopia control and vision therapy, so that she learned now how to physically focus her system. So the Ortho K changed the structure by changing the front part of her eye, the cornea, and the vision therapy has taught her how to physically focus so that the myopia doesn't continue, so that the nearsightedness doesn't continue to progress. At times, when people only do Ortho K, then the myopia continues. But what we find is when somebody has learned how to change the system inside their eye and inside the brain, then they no longer continue to progress. So what I'd like you to do, please, is put into your own words, what were you finding before we did vision therapy in Ortho K, and what are you finding now?
I tended to find that it was harder, no matter where I sat in the classroom. Looking up at the board was always took a second to clear out the words on the board, because I'd be writing something down or typing something up, and then I have to look at the board and go back. And
so it's hard to change focus.
Exactly. And now I find that I do it a little easier, and that I'm actually faster than my classmates now instead of slower. Like, we'll be taking notes and I'll be done and highlighting while the teacher goes to the next slide, and kids won't be done. So I find that it's happening really fast and my eyes adjust well. Also, I don't know if this really applies, but the light change also tended to affect how I would look at something. But now it doesn't really. We were taking notes one day and the teacher turned off the lights, and all the kids were like, "Wait, that felt weird." They took a second to keep writing, but for me, I just went on like nothing happened.
Right.
Because it was changing like I didn't even notice. That's what it felt like.
That's wonderful. That's fantastic, because what you learned in vision therapy, what you've incorporated, is how to physically focus the lens inside your eye and how to unfocus it, so that when you're looking from your notes to the blackboard and back to your notes, your system just does it. Okay? Whereas before, you really had to work at it. And that was the underlying reason why you became more and more nearsighted. You mentioned before about headaches, that you were getting headaches before.
Yeah.
What do you notice now?
It's like, it doesn't really happen because I used to get headaches because I would look at the screen too long, and because it was so near to me and I kept working on it for homework, it kept giving me headaches, and I'd always take a break. Like, I still take breaks, but I find myself being able to do it for more periods of time and stop getting interrupted from the work I'm doing, especially if it's like a test or something.
That's fantastic. How did you work this into your life?
Well, I mean, obviously vision therapy. Every single day, I tried not to skip, and even if I did, I would do it for 2 times the next day, one in the evening, one in the morning, and try to do it as much as I could. If my eyes hurt for no reason, I'd be like, okay, let me go do an activity, and it would help me. And it really has had an impact on the way.
That's fantastic. And you've been a very conscientious patient, and that's why you've done what you've had to do, and you're doing just so wonderfully. That's the feedback that we got from our therapist. Would you like a job here? I'm just joking. Okay, let's turn to Mom. Mom, what do you notice?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, before I started the vision therapy, like any other parent, I think I was a little skeptic because I really didn't know the benefit much of it, except reading and browsing through the internet. But then with what the advices you gave, Doctor, I decided, okay, I'm not going to lose anything if at all. So I wanted to give it a try. And definitely I feel it's amazing. It's good that I made the decision to take this program for her, especially for kids who are growing at a faster pace, nearsightedness.
Right.
So for my daughter, it really helped, I think, and it's a great decision. And thank you for giving this program.
Thank you. I'm so glad that we were able to help. And what we're going to do is we're going to see you back in about 2 months just to make sure that you're maintaining. And then we're going to see you in 6 months, again, just to make sure that things go the way we expect it to. Thanks so much for sharing.